I guess the people love they can see what it is, what we do in the morning. Good morning.
Hey, chocolate strawberry cream.
Y'all already know that's the topic. That's the topic.
Woo.
Strawberry cream. What is up? We gonna jump right into this. Good morning, good morning, good morning to my lovely people. Let's get some housekeeping in the, out the way rather. In the way. We're gonna put this housekeeping in the way. Hey, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Comment. That is important. Comment. Even after the show, if you come on later on, go ahead, just comment and throw it back into the algorithm, okay? Because that's what we got going on. And I want to give a shout out to my lovely people who donate to the station. And for those of you who will donate, I truly appreciate you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday to one of our sponsors. It's a Wrap Clothing. Yes, It's a Wrap Clothing. Y'all got to check it out. It's a Wrap, not Wrap, R-A-P. W-R-A-P Clothing. That's where I get a lot of my merch from. I was trying to see what I don't have no. Look, I ain't had no clothes or nothing up over in here, my vest and all that good stuff. I got to get it to you, though. So shout out to him. Shout out to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to all the people. Happy birthday, Jerome Franklin. Oh, y'all, just do your thing. Thank you. Your girl appreciate you. All right. Shall we get it started?
Shall we?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll do that. We're going to get these hot topics out the way real quick, but it's off the chain. I named the show today Chocolate Strawberry Cream.
Any kind you want.
Oh, my mind.
Always. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that part. You know what it is. You know just what it is. Listen, though, check this out. I didn't know it was like, why is this still a thing? The competition. So, yeah, let's hop right into this. Your girl busting up the internet, Serena Williams, we know she was that chick. Well, there's some pictures of her floating around. Homegirl is light skin. Yellow.
She got vitiligo now, just like Mike.
Man, it's tragic. It's a tragic thing.
Well, didn't they go through that? And she said she had a new makeup artist or something like that, and she brought the wrong color. I don't know. I think she explained it away.
And that's okay.
That was last year. This is a whole new year.
This another one? That's what I was wondering.
It's a whole new year.
Wait, though. They did revert back to that. They reverted back to it. And when they reverted back to that picture, it was a new makeup artist. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, that's what's going on. We got to touch bases on Chili and her stuff, where somebody put on Twitter, used the Twitter fingers, and we're going to dig a little deeper with this. Somebody said beautiful chocolate something, and she was like, I'm caramel. So boom, pin that, lovely people. Yes, pin that.
All call you all fall into one category, negra.
That part, but we're gonna keep it, we're gonna leave it right where it's at, okay? Because I'm like, tripping out. Hey, listen, I want to tell you about this 103-year-old Jamaican woman. And they asked her, well, what's her key to longevity in life? Earmuffs.
Earmuffs?
Earmuffs. Right. Yeah, you'll be like, oh, okay. So your girl went and bought some earmuffs. Make sure I had some on deck. Earmuffs. Okay. She said even when it's cold. When it's cold, wear the earmuffs. That's what she was saying. Like when the wintertime comes, some people, they don't wear gloves. They go out there. We rock the hoodies and call it. She said, just make sure your ears are covered. And then I started digging a little deeper and deeper. And it was a lot of older people that said earmuffs. Keep your ears covered. There was one young old lady. She's a white lady. She does that. What is that called when they be going into the beach in the water, swimming in the wintertime?
polar bearing.
Yeah, crazy stuff.
Listen, she does that every year. But guess what she had on?
Earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
I'm
And she like 100.
I'm
Now,
thinking of
see,
like, okay, it keeps the heat in your body. What? I don't know.
See that I gotta go a little bit more deeper with that because that's where I'm at because we usually lose our heat from our head and our feet.
Right.
So I was like, okay, make it make sense. Come on, let's figure this thing out. That's where I'm at. Where is it? Shop talkers, I see you guys over there. Have you heard of such a thing? Go ahead, Nick. What you got?
you know what? My great grandmother in 2001, my great grandmother died at the age of 107, and I
Is
do
she wearing
have,
earmuffs?
I'm gonna take a picture of the obituary and I'm gonna send it to you so you can post it on the page. 107. There was a gang of us grandchildren. They lost count of the grandchildren, great grandchildren,
Okay, did she have earmuffs though? That's what I
I
want to
don't.
know.
She was in Mississippi, so I couldn't tell you.
See,
But
that's what
I
I'm
was
thinking. That's what we
wondering
got
how
to
she
the
lived
earmuffs.
so
Let's
long.
stay focused.
How
That's
she
amazing
lived
to
so
have
long.
earmuffs. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, earmuffs.
Yeah.
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah, because we can't just. Oh yeah, that's crazy. You can't do that. So we got to see. I'm like, shoot. I know that I can go outside in the winter with a small jacket on because I keep my head covered and my ears covered. So
Your ears covered.
yeah. They let out the heat.
So you gonna live a long time.
Yeah.
That might be it.
With the
Well, I better get
agitator
right.
attitude.
That might be it. That's a good thing.
Oh, I better get right then.
Yeah, keep those ears covered. John B, is he coming out with a new album? What we got? Do we want it or not?
Yes.
Yes.
He's a true singer. John B.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Mel, where you going with that? I'm going to the left. What? I'm going to the left.
Man.
So
don't sleep on John B. The B.
Now John B was cold though, and then he just disappeared, and it was like, what happened to John B? Then you had the other cat that got nervous with what's his name? Pharrell. Remember? What's the white dude that didn't?
Yeah.
I can't even.
The Neptunes, out of the Neptunes. I know you.
Yeah.
Then
Nobody
Pharrell
ever
was
really
like,
knew his name.
Yeah, they was like, he was like, hold on, no, about to get sued by Marvin Gaye's people. Remember they did that little line
just
there?
like music, yeah.
What's Thicke, Robin Thicke. There we go. I had girls.
Yeah.
So you got Robin Thicke and you got John B.
Right.
And John B was first, but they could sing.
Yeah.
And we was cool with that.
Yeah.
Now let's go to the rap game. Eminem. A phenomenal lyricist to me all day.
Yeah.
He don't get the street credit in the hood though.
I don't know why. He's still known as the greatest. Ain't nobody going up against him.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Because I was like, and I started thinking back, I was like, you know what? I don't think I ever heard nobody was like, oh yeah, that's that Eminem. That's that, you know how we was just rocking right before, you know what I mean?
Well, hey, music. Eminem get you in the mood. I don't mess with him unless I want to be in a certain type of mood, but he makes numbers. He sells units. So I mean, I can't see nobody going up against him. And they'll tell you in the industry, that's a bad boy.
He's cold. Yeah. He's cold, but it's like, what's really going on? Like, do they get the credit that they need? So John B, we here for John B.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we know Usher did his thing. So I'm trying to rush this. Usher did his thing for the Super Bowl, all that good stuff. And then now they have pictures of him with Russell Simmons, wherever they at. And I said that the way I wanted to, wherever they at. Do you think that's tarnishing his career being pictured with Russell Simmons with all this alleged mess going on?
I don't think, no. I can't see it being a plus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not saying, it dampened it or anything, but I don't know how it's going to be a plus. Who knows? Russ might still have a plug in so he can get another concert or another tour or something. Who knows? Hey.
What you think, Nick?
Why would it? People still rocking with R. Kelly, and we know what he actually did. It wasn't alleged. So why?
Okay, here's a question. Who's worse, R or Diddy?
No, we're not doing that. We stay focused where we are. So, and I'm with you. I saw where she said, no, I don't think that. I think if I'm your friend and say y'all get into some mess, and I just say, okay, well, society is upset or the public's upset with Nick or Nate, so I'm not gonna connect myself with them, but I'm already connected with you. So do
Right.
I just say we ain't cool no more because of what you going through? Or
No,
do I
you should
come
never flake
through
on
in your
your
time of
friends,
need? What'd you say?
especially in your time of need. You should never flake on your friends. And if you're a true friend, you would never flake on your friends in their time of need. You would do what you can do to have their back.
Okay, what's your thoughts, Nate?
I, I agree with Nick.
It ain't that bad. It's
No,
not
it's
that
bad. It's
bad.
bad. It's bad. I feel like that. Now, here's the thing that really took me, though, honestly. He said he was dealing with what he's dealing with, and then he looks up, and this is who was sitting at the end of his bed. He flew over there. I know. Well, all the mess that's be going on, how everybody's looking at things as if it's extra. Let's just look at it pre, I don't know, pre all this extra sensitivity. Because remember, Nick, we were saying some years ago, America is becoming way too sensitive. It's extremely sensitive now. So he goes over there to see his friend, and Russell posts it. And that's where the thing is to me, like, okay, smart man, you don't post normally, but you post that Usher's there, what, to pull him in or to say, hey, he's a true friend? Because he's right there, so you could just tell him that.
It's sad that we have to sit here and think about it. Well, we just say, oh, they're chilling. Now we got to say, hey.
Right.
Really?
That's sad.
It is.
Guess what? That's their business, though. I don't care. Just
Yeah.
keep playing.
Okay,
Keep making hits.
let's remove what society has placed in our head to be the first thought instead of that's the homie coming to check on his friend. My
Right.
thing is, Russell, why would you even post it though? Like, if I know I'm in some mess, I'd be like, thanks, I appreciate you coming. I don't know if I will be posting that, especially because think about it. Do Russell post like that?
I don't know.
Not really. Like, boom, not like the other people. But
Well,
anyway,
he might be saying, hey, I still got friends out in the game. I'm here with my boy Usher.
uh-huh.
It's the it's too many choices of what you can believe. So I mean, I
Isn't
just
that
leave it
something?
alone. Hey, whatever
Isn't that
floats your
something? They
boat.
say that we
Yeah,
got to be that way.
yeah. We got to look at it 800 different ways before we react.
Right. Just like they do with what's her name? Beyonce now. You see the internet is trying to turn on Beyonce. I say
Yeah.
trying to, because you got to be
Yeah.
half.
Why? Because of the country music?
I don't know what's happening where they feel like, okay, you got Jay-Z and the House of Cards. Everything is happening. Boom, 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 boom. But now it seems like they are going with B now and having her with her issues and how she is. That's okay. I got to read this comment. Cornell Stevens said, we in a social media society, when you want things to get out, you go to social media. See, that's why I feel like Russell did that intentionally. I do. Like, if this is my friend, this is my friend. If you on hard times and you down, especially mentally, you may not be able to, help them out financially, but you need to be there with your friends. Now, if your friends is going to cause you harm, direct harm, let me say that, I'd be like, listen, you go in a whole different direction. I don't agree with you. But the sad thing is social media, air quotes for the listening audience, has determined that Russell is guilty. So guess what? I'm not gonna be his friend. No, that's his friend. And he's not even guilty yet. Or, what's the what? Are you their friend or are you not? And why should I take the judgment of people I don't know?
Hey, thou shalt not judge.
Decision based off somebody that I know. Go ahead.
Hey, they say, hey, don't judge people unless you want to be judged. I'm like, hey, whatever floats your boat. Hey, they together. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, what can I do about it?
It's tragic.
Yeah.
To me, it's tragic. I'm like, Usher did his thing. So what? Yeah, he got married. This is a pivotal time in his life. But I just feel like, Russell, why would you even do that if you kind of know that? But hey, I'm glad he's still his friend.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what we going to do. We going to rock. We going to rock. Be it quiet or not. Because I didn't even know him and Russell was that cool, to be honest with you. So I guess Russell kept it quiet a long time. Right. Look, and let the church say, right. Look, just give me a ride. Oh, Beyonce. Did y'all know? What's the name? Little Chloe, the singers, Chloe and Haley.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know they signed with Beyonce. They got a good hit though. They signed with Beyonce, but the problem is what she has. What is it? Her company is called Parkwood Entertainment. So y'all check that out. But here's the issue that's coming out. I dug a little deeper. Found out that she paid them, those two little girls, 1.5 million for 6 albums for 5 years and 50% of all the profits.
Is that good or bad?
6 albums,
Terrible.
5 years, 1.5. That's all. Girl,
But
you
That's
sitting on big.
terrible.
Bye,
no, no,
Beyonce.
no, 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 no,
Bye,
no, no,
Beyonce.
no. Wait a minute. She
Go
gave
ahead.
you 50% of all profits.
15.
Oh, well, shoot. A point. I know Buster at one time before he got his master's was getting like six points. So like 15 points is good in the music industry.
Okay.
15 points per or percentage. That I'm not sure, but I think
That's what she gets. That's what she gets. Beyonce.
Beyonce gets 15%.
She paid them 100.5. Sorry, $1.5 million.
Right.
Signed on to her company.
Right.
Both of them, 1.5. So
Signing.
500,000 a piece, let's say.
Yeah.
And they have to give her 5 albums.
Okay.
Now, in my mind, I got Suge Knight with Snoop, and Master P having a 5 albums, 500,000 a piece. Let me break it down that way. And 15% of all profits. Not the writer. She's not the writer, none of that stuff. And they went for it because it was Beyonce. Now we know, like Oprah with her stuff, having her money in house, they said that she wasn't paying the right amount, blah, 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 and she should be paying more. What's your thoughts, Nick, on that one?
Yeah, you can have it.
She should definitely be paying more. Like I said, this woman is sitting on billions, her and Jay-Z both. They were worth more than that. They are definitely, because look at what they're doing now, branching off onto their own, doing things, and one is in movies. It's like,
well, the movies is their
Beyonce,
money.
wrong.
The movies is there, but we're talking the music part.
Right. But I mean, musically, those girls are nice. Like, Beyonce was wrong, period. You know that was worth more than that. If you want to just go up a little bit, pay him 1.5 a piece then.
What gets though?
No, Beyonce, come on, you could have did better than that. That was just ridiculous.
They didn't have to accept it.
Yeah, you're right about that, but you know what? A lot of them, that's
how a lot of
get hooked.
Right,
because
but
they know that they don't have a chance.
Watch this. Even when they were talking about Taraji P with Tyler Perry paid her the most she's ever made because he gave her what she asked for. But he did not say, so let me be clear, he did not say out of his mouth, but he did not say he paid her fairly, and he did not say that he paid her what she was worth. He said, I paid her what she asked.
You got me saying something I thought I'd never say. Ever say. I agree with Beyonce. Hey, them women had a choice. This is the contract. This is what I'm offering you. Sign or don't sign. Now, they have history of being in the entertainment field via movies, music, stuff like that. So they have to have some wherewithal about what's going on in the industry. So if Beyonce can come in there and lowball them and they say, okay, where do I sign? That's on them. That is on them.
And whoever their management person was.
On them. How you mad at Beyonce if you say, hey, I got this for you.
And if you want to take it, I want my money.
Come get it.
I want my worth, and I'm going up.
But
sorry.
Guess what? That's your choice. That's your choice.
Exactly.
So you chose.
I'm not signing no contract, no low ball contracts, period, point blank in the conversation. I'm just like, if y'all out there in world.
Let me hurry up before we get this show. We got 5 minutes. Let me hurry up before we really get into the nitty gritty of the show. It's going to be deep today. Columbus Short is coming out. Columbus Short got an issue with P. Diddy. He said that P. Diddy allegedly tried to groom him too.
Yeah,
I said, is that why we allegedly punching people in the eye, women?
Hey.
Silence.
Man,
Yes.
what is wrong? Diddy? What all that crotch? I'm gonna be nice.
All right,
That was being thrown at you. Why?
okay. Nate, go ahead. What did Cat Williams say? You what? You got
When you invited to Diddy's party, you just got to say no.
you got to tell him.
You got to tell him no.
That is a lot for the whole year. Yes. Back to the girls, Chloe and Haley. You're right, Nasiah. She said, let's put hers up there. You got to read the contract, and you have, you know, you have an option to say no. So you can't go back and complain. You can't have a grievance after you said no, like, or you said yes. You said yes. Here you go. It was easy to say no, but it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and take it because I got to feed my family. Well, that was the option. That was the choice that you made. Even with Terrence Howard, with him, what was it, 12,000 in Hustle and Flow? Yeah, he made all that money, which was in. Well, let me tell you what the back door was. He wrote the music. Let me say that he wrote
this. That was messed up.
And what they did, the company did, is put it under his character name as the writer,
performed by DJ. Right.
Yes, and so not his name. Oh, he gonna get paid. Now they did him wrong on that. But he did what he had to do to feed his family. You cannot go back after you say yes and do, a project and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Well, y'all did me wrong, and you owe me more money. No. Right. You have an option. You got to tell them no. Don't come get me, Cat, because I ain't got no money.
Listen, you know, I don't have no problem with that. No. Mm-mm.
No,
but then you can't be mad. You can't be mad after I say yeah to the agreed contract. Well, Mel's not paying me my worth. Whoa. You signed the contract. Now you want to cry afterwards? Oh no.
And see, that's where the problems are. You made a bad decision, and then you want the public to rally behind you because of your bad decision, and let's go against this guy. That's not okay. Because even with Oprah, the rich stay rich because they're not spending their
money. Right, exactly.
You're right.
And for real, if y'all want to buy a hoodie, I ain't gonna rob you. Or if you want to buy, hold on, where we at? Oh gosh, I usually have them on deck right by me. If you want to buy a book, where is it?
I told you not to clean up.
I know, right? Now here's the thing. There we go. If you would like to buy How the Wife Becomes the Other Woman for a whopping $9.99.
Really? That's very affordable.
Feel free to do so at Balboa Press, Amazon.com, or Barnes and Noble. $9.99. That's my asking price. I can't go back.
I got to get another one because I let somebody borrow it to read it and they didn't give it back.
Okay, and I can't go back and say, you know what? That was worth $20. I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and pay me what I'm worth. No.
Right.
Like,
no, you signed a contract for that now.
The price has been set.
Yes, and this is what it is. And I said yes. I said yes to the book. To the price. It's reasonable. There you go. You got it. Let's hurry up. There we go. Let's get this show going. It's about to get deep. Chocolate, strawberry, cream. Girls on my mind. Listen, I did not realize that color is still a thing and shades are still a thing. Mm-hmm. What is happening? Serena.
We're red.
Whatever. I'm black. I need my shirt. You know what I'm saying? I need to send you yours too. But it is so sad that this is still a thing. And I want to know from the fellas out there too, 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287. I'm putting that across the bottom there. Call in and voice your opinion because I truly want to know, do men deal with the same things with the shades of color amongst ourselves? We ain't going with the white people. We ain't going with none of that. We're going to find out as soon as we come back. You're listening to Shop Talk with Mel. Stay tuned. righty. Is this a thing? And why is this still a thing? I guess that's the main thing. Why is shades of color amongst ourselves a thing? Why is that?
I have
It's
no
always
idea.
been a thing. Because
We
there's
know it's always been a thing, but why is it a thing? But why
there's
is
always
it a
been
thing?
this divided line against the chocolate brothers and the light skinned brothers, all them pretty ends and
I
them
don't listen to the Barge or Slick, any of them to this day.
Why though? Why?
Because here's the story. When I was a child,
I want to hear you. Go ahead.
when I was a child, the Barge was out. When I was up, I smelled girls at that age. The Barge was out, and I was the darkest thing in 3 counties. So I wasn't nothing with big lip, booty scratcher, and all this stuff. Blackie, skillet, all that stuff.
African booty scratcher. I remember that one.
That's a classic. It's a classic. Yeah, I was that too. So I couldn't. No, and I lived in a neighborhood full of girls. But I had 2 neighbors who was light skinned, and they got all the play because they was light skinned. But me, I had to go back in the tunnel and hone my skill and practice everything.
So preference. But if we're gonna say it's preference, why is there an issue? If he likes this, why are other people upset up at her or at him because of the way that they came out?
Because that's social media hurts it even more.
They didn't have social media back then. Right, like what you saying.
In the neighborhood, Mel, you dating Nate, that black booty scratcher? How you gonna date that dark blah blah blah? And then you like, oh man, people don't like my dude.
So it's public influence.
Peer pressure is stronger than what's the word you just said?
Public influence.
Yeah, peer pressure is a lot stronger. You won't date me, even though if you like me, because peer pressure, all of your peers and friends and stuff like that is saying he the blackest thing since coal. He uses coal as lotion, stuff like that. So,
dang, I ain't never heard that. You had it like
that? I made that one up myself.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they didn't give me that one, but it was cool. The one I got is you leave fingerprints on coal. I'm gonna kill.
That's the one you got. And now look, and now you shining bright like a diamond.
Well, hey, after everyone knows when New Jack City came out, and when he switched that blade and said, "Sit your black ass down before I make change," I was like, "Woo!" The whole theater shook. When I walked outside, they were like, "Hey, cutie." I didn't even know they were
Brown. So you saying Nino Brown changed the game?
That was the moment. That was the exact. I walked out of the studio and they were like, "Hey, cutie," and I just kept walking. I didn't know they was talking to me because I wasn't cutie before I went in. But after Nino Brown, praise his name, Nino came through and did that. Bam! We was in.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you, Nino Brown. Thank you.
I was just boy crazy. I didn't care what color you was. Well, yeah, black men. I didn't care what color you was. I was just boy crazy, period. But yeah, I still to this day, light skin, light bright, red bone, caramel. Yeah, I still get all them names, but the light bright is one that takes me.
Let's stay focused. Come on, let's stay focused to where we were. So you said you were boy crazy. What was your preference?
I ain't gonna lie. At the time, my preference was light skin, but if you was cute and you was chocolate, I was on that too. So I was just boy crazy. So
you didn't. Okay, so you didn't have one. Now,
no, you just had to be cute. You just had to be cute.
But did people see dark-skinned guys as being cute?
No.
Yeah, if you was fine, girl. Listen, I know. I done had a bunch of them now. So okay, yeah.
Where were you when I was 9? No.
Let me say this. No, let me say this. You got a point, Nate. Because I'm thinking back, like the people that I was attracted to in elementary school. I don't even remember no dark-skinned people that I really paid attention to. There was, but you know what? No, let me say this. Okay, thank you guys for this topic because it made me think. Usually, the dark skinned guys, they were bad, sitting out in the hall, showing out. That's why I wasn't attracted. I'm thinking
that was perceived. The one dark skinned dude you knew like that.
The ninja was
None of us.
throwing pencils at people and blowing out spitballs.
Hey, you know what that is?
That was it.
You know what that was?
Because
I hit her, so I like her. Those were love taps. He wanted to get your attention, and the only way he could do it is like that. Because he couldn't say,
and that's the thing.
Special.
That's the thing. We did not realize any of that until we got older. Especially with some of the guys. Because some of the guys, you know why I used to pick with you all the time and pull your hair and this and that? Because I liked you. And it did not dawn on me. Those that really picked on me, want to pick, they like, and I'm like, oh,
that's love tap.
Okay,
that's how we got your attention.
That's what it is.
Okay, wait, stop. I hear what you're saying. That's love taps. They picked on you. That's why they bothered you. That sounds like potential abusive behavior.
Here we go. He's 9.
You know I was gonna go there. Like
he's 9.
Kids, they don't realize it then.
Oh, is that why my eye black as an adult? Because you like
he ain't punching you. He ain't punch you, but
no,
who hasn't got
that serious?
Yeah, who hasn't got a spitball? Hit with a spitball. That's just loving. That's sharing his innermost feelings.
I've never got hit with a spitball, but seeing it, somebody blow. Yeah. Come on.
I done got pencils. I done got rubber bands.
Let me read this comment. And we need to stop that narrative too. The boys are mean to you because they like you. No, ma'am. Absolutely. Okay. I had to read that one.
I disagree.
So you just gonna beat up your girl?
It ain't beat up. It ain't beat up. You perceive it as mean. I'm perceive it as, wow, she talked to me. Man, yeah, I had to yank her hair or something. She looked at me. This, that, and other. We ain't have no game back then. Ain't like I could have said, yo, baby, how you doing? I wasn't listening to Barry White. I wasn't versed. The whole society was set up.
Wait. Let me hear him.
The whole society was set up to El DeBarge in his likeness. That was popular.
For the girls that you liked.
No. Okay.
They liked El DeBarge.
Name a group that you thought was sexy in the DeBarge era, other than them.
Other than Michael Jackson? Oh, you said group.
What group? Or Michael? I give you Michael, but Michael knew because he went this way.
Michael.
You did, but guess what? Michael didn't like the old Michael. He listened to El DeBarge and seen all the play they was getting. So Mike said, yo, let me lighten this up and I can get that play too. Let me get my hair like the DeBarge.
What, Nate?
That was for the world.
You brought it right to me.
Ready for the world.
That's a different era. They came later, Nick. Ready for the world came later than El DeBarge.
But listen, as far as the light skin, that thing with the dark skinned boys and light skinned boys, guess what? Them light skinned ones was the ones that was whooping their girlfriends' tails.
Because they were feminine.
Because and on top of that, it was always a competition, always in the mirror and everything. It was them light skinned boys that wanted to put their hands on you all the time.
No
competition.
Okay.
I was dating this light skinned dude.
Competition.
I was dating this light skinned dude in school. I was so mad. I had a Chevette. Back then, you had to go to like how you had that glue that stuck to your window for the rear view mirror? Broke up with him because this cat done grabbed my rear view mirror. I'm driving, looking in the mirror, and the whole thing fell down. Over. He was a light-skinned dude.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I had to lie on my accolades. I had to be an athlete. I had to do other things to get attention because just my looks wasn't gonna do it because I'm skillet. I'm this, that, another, and it marked me for life. These they were probably were that big when I was a kid, and I was big lip, everything this, that, and that. Now,
but you grew into your looks.
I did, but look, don't they?
But guess what? Now people are getting the Botox. We had Kayla on.
Yeah. So they want them.
Going for it, so now it's an okay thing.
See for free what others must pay to see.
Crazy as all get out. On a serious note, I feel like that's a sad thing though. And it affects you as an adult still?
Yes, and it's worse for dark-skinned women.
Okay. Now let's.
At our age, they still going at it.
I'm thinking you have a point because let's go with the chili comment. Chili from TLC. Wait, because it cuts the next person out. So wait. Chili from TLC put on Twitter that she is caramel. She said something. Pretty chocolate girl. She said, "I'm caramel."
No, she ain't. I'm caramel. She's darker.
Point taken. Point. Y'all get the point. Y'all heard what happened.
Yep. Beauty's an alcohol.
But wait. Why is there anything that need to be said? That's where I'm at.
Exactly.
Why out of all the Twitters, look, all the little Twitter fingers, and there was a lot of comments. That's the one that caught her attention, and she responded to it. And what is the problem with being chocolate?
This is the problem. Angel food cake is the good cake. The dark chocolate cake is the bad cake. White is always right. Black is always wrong in everything. So when you come from being a dark black person, we're perceived to be wrong. We're perceived, oh, they're savage. Oh, they're this, they're that. And you don't know, but that's the perception. That's how we are programmed through programming, television program. Think about this. King Kong ate all them Africans until he found the white one. Then he came over to America and died for her. You didn't see that issue. I mean, they're the light.
I never watched that movie, but watch this. I never watched that movie, but you see my wheels turning. Let's go with a battery needs charged. The black is the negative.
Everything black is always negative. Here,
however, you need that black to be grounded.
Yep.
Boom. Name me a movie where there was a black. There's only one that I've ever seen in my life where there was a black mistress or a woman in distress that was to be rescued. There's only one that I know of, and I bet y'all can't even remember. And this one ain't that old.
A black woman needed to be rescued.
Right, like King Kong and all the women, all the damsels in distress have been white and blonde hair and blue eyes for the most part. Those are the damsels in distress in pretty much every movie. Name me a dark skin or even a black damsel in distress.
I can't think of one. Come on, talk.
Anybody in the
comments? Come on. The show about to be over. Who?
The only one is Django.
Oh yeah, that was
his wife.
That was the only one. And I'm 53. That's the only one. Prove me wrong. Give me a damsel in distress that was black other than white. Go back as far as you want to go.
I can't go back that far. I got to think about that. I have to come back next week. Now I got
to probably be on it. That's the only one that might be able to call me wrong because he struck a nerve. That's right. I struck a nerve.
Listen, well, wait a minute. Wait. I want to read this comment for the listening audience. That's a bunch of BS. Wait, I don't know why that's showing up because I can't see it. Hold on 1 second. That's a bunch of BS. It's an individual person I knew, dark-skinned men, put their hands on a woman just as much as light-skinned women see. We doing the same. I'm sorry. I know I sound remedial. We're doing the same crap we talking about. I never put my hands on a woman. Okay. That was for the comment. That was just a long response. We moved past, but y'all can catch up with the show with that one. Okay. Here's why. Oh, somebody said The Wiz.
Yeah, I'll give that one. That's on the curve because it was designed for black. That was blackity black movie right there, The Wiz. So, but I'll give you partial credit for that one. Find me something else.
Okay. Now, here's the thing with Keke Palmer and her insane light-skinned baby daddy. Hilarious. So that's to your point, Nate, earlier. Them light-skinned dudes, was it you or Nick? Them light-skinned dudes be putting their hands on chicks because they're feminine. I feel like that. Be man, not all light-skinned. We're just talking from our opinion. I didn't put the preface out there. We're just speaking from our experiences. So don't go in there trying to cyberbully nobody because guess who don't care? Me!
Me neither.
And here's another thing for the ladies on the panel. When you got with a dark-skinned man, wasn't he deeper? Didn't he have like you can speak with him? His mental and everything was different.
No, he was freakier.
No, no.
Okay, well, yeah,
The
we
dark,
usually
you know what, Cornell? I heard you say if you're the darker the berry, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I remember
Mhm,
that because
Mm-hmm.
somebody did say that to me before, and
mhm,
it piqued my interest. Chuck
mhm.
Crosby.
Well, here's the thing.
And watch this. I like the person that I liked, and I remember he kept following me. I didn't know he followed me as long as he did. It was years, and I finally we were at the same place, and he had a sense of humor. So you guys got it. You're right. You have to have
We have
something else. He
we
had a
have to
sense of
adapt.
humor,
We
and
have
he
to
told
adapt.
me. He said, "One day you gonna pay attention to me." I was like, "Boy," and he said, he was like, "Yeah, you with them yellow dudes." They was my complexion. He was like, "But I'm
Yellow.
gonna tell you something, girl." And this is what he said on the porch. I'll never forget it. He was like, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. He said, once I put it on, you won't be able to turn me loose. I laughed. And that's when the conversation went. So don't beat me up on those spitballs, pull my hair, and all that other stuff. Sense of humor will get our attention.
We didn't
But
know
that's
that
what
back
I paid
then.
attention because I was like, he was funny and
We
fun.
we
Far
have
more
to adapt.
far more funner than Yella.
We have to adapt. As dark skinned men, we had to adapt. There always had to be something else. It's just like it's the giraffe theory. You giraffe the horses who couldn't reach the leaves in the tree, so they grew long necks. That's what we have to do. We can't come in here with our Jerry curl. Hey, girl, how are you, Melia? You know what product do you use? I use that too. No, we can't do that.
But Nick had a point. She said she had no preference. But if you said a Jerry curl, if you was dark skinned with a long curl, all right, who was Steve Woodbury? Didn't he have
Why
a
you gonna bring my boy into this?
come on now? He was a nice looking dark skinned dude.
He was lush.
He had a
Yeah,
long curl.
yeah, but he was also an athlete. He was also built, for our age. It was a lot to him. It wasn't just a long curl. But I'm telling you, like that's my best friend, one of my best friends. And I tell you, I met him in the 7th grade, and from the point when I seen this dude, I mean, I didn't think he had the traumas I had. Being dark and he was cool, I was like, man. And look, my last name was Woodard, and his is Woodbury, so he was right behind me at all times.
Mhm.
So we grew close. But I mean, the way he carried himself, I was like, man, I'm still a fan of that dude. And I mean, no homo, but that's.
So the, like everybody knew you. You were that dude.
Athlete,
But
athlete.
but wait though, I don't think you knew though, because you ain't look like you look now. You was a nice looking dude. You was built.
Right. But I was an athlete and I was built and I had the gift of gab. I got the gift of gab because of the DeBarge. I started listening to George Clinton and I started listening to what he said. And I started picking up my vernacular. And I know how to spit. I'm sweet on the mic. So that was my power. But you had to get close to me for me to kill you. I kill with knives. I didn't. These light skinned dudes, you see him in the corner. Oh, he nice. And he sit over there, pow, and he'll shoot you. You had to get close to me to know me and my value and my power. So now that you're close to me and you hear me speak, then you see what I'm about, then, oh, wow, back then I was built and I had a couple things and I was an athlete and popular. All of that package had to grab you because it'd have been, oh, you were that dark skinned dude? Oh, that's Nate. He cool. But I had to build that up. It wasn't, look at him. Oh, man. He got on the fresh Converse or he got on, and just that and that.
Now I'm gonna flip it to, yeah, you do have to dress nice. Me and Nick, I think we had this conversation. If your baby ugly, please dress your baby nice. Or we can't pay attention to the look. I think we had this like a long time ago. All right, let's bring it to the females. All right, Nick. Do you ever remember, because we all had somebody that was dark skinned in our crew.
In your closet. Look in your closet.
Do you ever remember a dark skinned friend not getting to play when y'all were out? Like you had your group of friends.
Are you talking girls?
Girls, yeah, that's why I was talking to Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do. Like certain friend. Now, my best friend, no. Chalk, she don't want to call me. She can only want to get away with calling me light bright. But when we would be out, they would be flocking to her because she had a nice body and everything. But like other friends, yeah, I do remember like the dark skinned one being in the corner, like doo doo doo. Okay, everybody got somebody talking about me.
She holds the
So, yeah.
purses. Watch my drink, girl. Hold on.
You said the holder. I was the purse holder.
Because you were a prude.
Because you didn't drink or nothing like that. So that's probably why.
Listen, and wait, that purse holder, that's a bad spot to be in. Because we was at the Mirage and I'm the purse holder. I realized I'm the only one sitting at the table. And then I get on the dance floor and they looked, they was like, where my purse? I said, over there where you left it.
Right.
Why I have to be the responsible one? That's funny. Talk about something, she the purse holder.
Yeah.
I did not look, you know what? I gotta say, a lot of it, believe it or not, I think stems from the home front. And the reason I say that, follow me here with this whole light skin, dark skin thing, because I don't share that same sentiments. I don't have that experience. And I got 23 first cousins, and we're all different shades. And honestly, I've never seen anybody in my family get mistreated because you were lighter or you were darker. Or my grandmother, she kept us every weekend, and everybody was the same.
Mm-hmm. But that's grandma.
And watch this. If one person did something, everybody got a whooping. I wasn't even there. Like there was no difference. And I gotta figure, because even like if you know me, you know my sister. I didn't say anything that was like, I wasn't being mean or malicious, but I used to call her pastel. And she know why, and y'all know why too as an adult.
That's just a
Yeah, it's crazy, but I used to call her pastel. And it was just like, hey, get out of here. But there was no difference.
But that was in your individual house. That was in your home. Your grandmother never said anything to me. You understand? Because that's just where you came from. But when you get outside that door, those rules don't apply. Those rules don't apply.
But I feel like a lot of, this is just me. I just feel like, look.
Woo!
And you call me Pete. That's funny.
I was curious. Just don't take that. Don't take that.
Leave me out of it. You call me Pete. But for real, it's more so, I think that.
Why you call her Pete?
I let her share that.
My neighbors call my brother.
Don't get me all beat up.
They used to call my brother Pete the Pup because he had the Pete the Pup shirt that he wore every single day.
Oh, you should wear it. Yeah, should do that. But I just feel like situations where you have an issue that the outside entity could have. I mean, help me. Let me know if I'm wrong. I want to know that the outside influence can tarnish what your inside was. Like if your foundation is solid, there's nothing you can tell me on the outside. And light skin, dark skin. When I hear people say that, honestly, like, okay, I have a cousin. She might be on. She might be listening. She's dark skin, beautiful skin, like woo, cold. But I never realized the whole dark skin. I missed that. I Nate, you know, I missed that.
Ask her to come in because she's seen it and she knows about it. Here's the thing. Oh man, I lost it. Yeah.
That's why.
We went through something, and grandma has to love me. Auntie has to love me. When I go to school, you ain't gotta love me. I'm trying to get your attention. And you're not under my roof. So in my house, my mom always loved me. My mom wished for a dark child. I'm the darkest thing in my family. Second, third cousins. I am the darkest thing in my family to this day. My mom wished for a dark figure. My mom wished for a dark child, and she got it. My dad said, "Hey, don't wish for no more dark babies." But my brothers are lighter than me. Same mom, same dad. But it's a thing. And that stuff your grandmother did was in your home. You ain't trying to impress grandma. Grandma love you anyway. But grandma ain't at the schoolyard when I'm being bullied on a thing and the girl said, "Ugh, Blackie stank, touch me." You know what I mean? So I still have to deal with that on the playground, stuff outside of my house. So guess what? Yeah, it might not break my core because I am still standing, but it chinked the armor. It chinked the armor. And like I say, you
Remember
get a dark skinned girl on this panel. I bet you she'll be like, and then they did that to me too. Oh my
my
God.
niece.
Yeah,
Remember we
yeah.
had that conversation about my niece. She's the darkest out of her mother's 5 children. She's the darkest one, her and the oldest one, her brother. And she got teased as a child to the point where she came
From
home and
where
she was
though?
young.
From where? Was it inside of her house or
Both.
see?
Both. And she came home one day. She was about 5, maybe 5 or 6. And she asked her mother for the bleach. And her mom was like, "Why do you need bleach?" And she was like, "So I could scrub my skin. I want to be light skinned." And when they told
I went through that.
my mom flipped completely out because my
I
niece
went
looks
through that
exactly
too.
like my brother. My brother is darker, the darker one. So my mother flipped completely out. But yeah, she got bullied both inside the home and outside the home because her mother had admitted when she was
I
younger,
cried.
and her aunt said that her mom used to tease her brothers and sisters because she was the lighter one out of all of them and they were darker. And her mom used to say, "I never wanted no black baby. I ain't never want no chocolate baby." And then her oldest one was dark, her only boy. And then she had my niece, after the 2 light-skinned ones. But my niece was beautiful, beautiful. And she, but her older sisters would tease her and call her black and
And see,
everything. So
that's
yeah,
where it's
now
All
they
right.
love her to death. But
okay.
Right.
I want to
yeah.
hear, Nate. I want to hear your story, but wait, I have to read this. Renee Royalties. She says they used to tell my daughter because she was dark skinned that she was dirty, and it used to mess with her ego. That would.
I
That
cried.
would. Go ahead, Nate.
My parents and everybody were always in my corner and they always supported me. That's not the part I'm talking about. But the part I'm talking about is I wanted to bleach. I wanted to drink it because I thought it used to make me look better. And my mom was telling me, "What?" I said it'll make me look lighter to wash the black out. And I'm like, I'm thinking like this. So I'm saying 8, 9 years old. Well, let me see. Sweet Pea is next door. So I might have been 6 or 7. But I knew it back then, the difference between light skin and dark skin. And I didn't want to be this dark. I didn't. Oh my God. I mean, I would be scared to go places. I'm telling you, the place that saved my life was the skating rink because it was something I can do. And people like, wow, he can really skate. So I was accepted. I had my place to shine. But if you
So
don't
you
have
had
sign
to
up,
overcompensate.
oh yes, in everything, in football, you ain't gonna stop me. I got to overcompensate. In skating, I was one of the best skaters. I had to overcompensate. I had to show you that I was worthy of something, and that was internal. That was on me. So I mean, yeah, it affects to this very day.
Can I ask you a question, and not from you personally, but just being 53 and what you've experienced in life, with your
Mhm,
friends and or just
mhm.
out, just being out there. Why is it that a lot of dark skinned men date light skinned women?
Because they don't want to go through the same thing we have to go through. Now we're both. Now it's not just me; it's both of us. And I know the traumas that I had to go through. And of course, that was popular, and that was what to have. TV shows us everything white is right, and this, that, and other, blah, blah,
But
blah.
let's talk with our shade, our hue. So with
Same thing.
us, it was
Same thing. The closer, the better. The red bones, the high yellows, all that stuff. But if you look at them now, them dark skinned women ain't cracking. But back then, it was, just nature. She's a dark skinned woman. Ask her the problems. Us as men always look to them because, and they were the ones to have.
Really
They were the trophies. The light
they were
skin,
trophies.
they were the trophies.
Okay. I read in the comments a fella said they got that wop. Who, the light skinned girls got the wop?
No,
Because I thought it was that black of the berry, the sweeter the juice.
that's
So the
exactly what
black
he's
ones
talking
got the
about.
wop.
That's what he was talking about. The darker,
The
well,
darker
closer to
hue.
the roots. Yeah.
The darker hue. Okay, Anitra Harbs Barnett says they don't want black babies. That's why they choose snow bunnies and light brights.
That
And
hurt.
Why I gotta be light bright? Why I gotta be light bright, Nitra? Why I gotta be light bright?
That hurts.
see,
Because it's so
light
true.
bright is like my
It's so
sister.
true. It's so true. That
No,
hurt me
I've been
personally.
called high yellow and
I
light bright.
believe it. I
The
believe
thing
it.
is,
But when I look
I
at
was very light when I was a child.
I hear you. But I look at it as I don't even look at it as anything, probably because there's so many different shades in my family. But no, I did not see the difference. Real talk. Like it is so strange.
That's a beautiful thing, Mel. But no one, you probably one of the only ones that it lived like that, and that was in your home. So grandma had to love all y'all equally. That's my grandchild. I love her.
I see something to be
Okay, but in back then, they took care of us all equally. Our grandmothers took care of us all equally. It wasn't oh baby, she might have whooped one more than the other, but I mean, he deserved it. He earned that. But for the most part, it was beautiful that you had that experience. But when you walk out of your door and got away from grandma and your family, it's different.
okay. See, I'm with Derek Clark. He says for the listening audience, they were programming kids to be color struck, and even to describe someone. Nick, I heard you at the very beginning, so don't think I didn't. When you're talking red bone, and they call you a red bone, and I heard that red bone, but that's your Indian. That's that. That's where I get that from. But to just you can't call me that. You got to be like, hi, how are you? Like,
well,
you got to get ignored. They definitely got ignored.
No, I'm not saying that with you. I'm just saying, just overall. Go ahead, Nate. I want to hear what you had to say.
If I'm calling you that name, I'm either trying to grab your attention or I know you. That's a term of endearment. You know what I mean? I'll take that other than skillet. You want to trade? Would you like to trade? Skillet?
I would like none of it. Okay, so what a guy called skillet?
What you say?
Don't call me red bone.
Well, I'm like, what a guy be like, hey, skillet, y'all gonna call me beautiful, hey, cast iron
lady, but don't call me red bone because many of them got cussed out. Who you talking to? Like, yeah, don't do that because
now
that's about how you feel about being called skillet.
I do know, I'm guilty. Where like my homegirl would. So let's take it back to what Cornell Stevens at the beginning of the show and yourself, Nick the Agitator. That when we were talking about the influences and you said peer pressure, I remember setting somebody up with somebody. He was flame broiled, baby. However, I did warn her. I was like, well, because remember back in the day, see, we didn't have social media, so you didn't see the person, but you could talk to him on the phone. Hey, hook me up with your friend, blah, 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 blah. But what he look like? Flame broiled.
You wrong.
And that was it, right? You're like,
well, she was right. He do.
But I was right. That was my description.
Guess what? If you slipped up,
adjectives will take things to a whole nother level. Go ahead.
If you slipped up and gave her the phone number and she got to talk to him before she seen him, too late. She on the hook because we can spit.
And that's the truth.
We can spit.
I want to read this comment. Listen, I consider myself to be dark, and so is my husband. But my daughter took after her grandmother. My daughter is light-skinned. Just accept what God gives you and teach your kids that their skin is beautiful. I
was the light-skinned child. I had no color when I was a baby. My mom said when I was born, I was the only black baby that was born. And the priest was coming in, blessing all the children, all the new babies and the mothers. When he came in my mom's room, he was like, "Oh, you didn't have your baby yet?" She said, "Yeah, my baby's out there in the nursery." And he was like, "No, I didn't. I saw everybody's baby." And then he looked at her last name. She said, "Yeah, Keller." So she said he actually walked out the room and went out there and saw Keller and came back in and looked at her because I was white. And I was white for good. I didn't start getting darker until I started getting older.
Let me get to this point. Derek Clark said Michael Jordan, Big Daddy Kane put dark skinned brothers on the map. Listen, I agree with that Nino Brown.
He was before them. He was before
Nino
them.
Brown did that.
Nino Brown did it.
I'm telling you, Ready for the World was even before that. Come on now.
Who?
And they had the curls.
Who?
No, I
Melvin
don't.
Raleigh, Ready for the World.
Yeah, but that wasn't cute because even like Full Force, he wasn't cute. He had to be built.
Melvin Raleigh was short. I don't know what
Well,
you're
like
talking about.
they weren't cute.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I'm sorry.
Raleigh was short.
Definitely. Wait, I got a comment. Please remind me, put it there. Somebody said, Mel, you used to call me names when we were little. Please
get her, man. Get her. This is your time. Get her, man. Get her. I'll read them. Say it. Put it out there.
Agitating.
Wait, this Caroline boy.
Get her.
Who? What did I call you? Please tell me.
Put it on. I'll read it if she don't.
Yes, yeah, read it because I want to know. Because if I hurt your feelings, look, don't take me on Maury and talk about something. Look at me now.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. One of them.
Okay, see, Anitra said Full Force was fine. Derek Clark, what did he say? MG and BDK was before Nino Brown. Who is
Big Daddy Kane?
Oh, okay, yeah, and Big Daddy Kane. I got you. Yeah, I want to sit here. Anitra said, I love me a walk-a-dog type of man, but they don't like me. I call the spear chuckers. Tofu, get the line. Tofu, get the line. But wait, it is interesting that light-skinned guys are attracted to dark-skinned women.
Mm-hmm.
And dark-skinned guys are attracted to light-skinned women.
You know what they say, opposite attract, definitely.
I'm so serious. Listen, Caroline boy, please, come on, tell me what I called you.
Get her, Caroline boy.
Yeah, remind me.
We're just teasing us. We want to know what the real is. Come on.
Yeah, keep it 100. That's what we do over here. Now, I used to be crazy all the time.
It's okay to be you, sir.
The Agitator has something on there, on that subject that he said.
I want you to.
The light skin girl. Okay. The light skin.
Listen. Okay, I see you. Okay, I'm gonna put it up there. Go ahead, read it, Nate.
I was just messing with you. This is your boy Anthony Crenshaw. That was my dude. I sent that link. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Okay. Now, Derek Clark said.
Think on it?
Derek Clark said he is attracted to character, and I can appreciate that. But we're taking it shallow. We ain't gonna get into deep water. We're on the shallow end. Chocolate, strawberry, and cream, because this is an issue still, and even with Serena Williams. Now, real talk. It was us that was condemning her.
Mm-hmm.
When she was out there doing her thing, I was happy as a black chick on the tennis court doing her thing, wooty woo. But who knew all the names that she was being called by her own people? Mm-hmm. So her trying to get her lips down or whatever she got going on, lightening her skin. And I loved your vulnerability, Nate, when you said when you're like 6 years old, you were going to drink bleach because you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I saw, I didn't see anything as far as like the color thing, but maybe I wasn't paying attention.
The difference is you were looking in your household. My household was beautiful. My parents, everybody loved me. Great guy, grandfather, everyone loved me in my household. But when I stepped outside, I was received differently. So I'm not going to get love like that grandma love outside. You know, the cute girl Mel that I was trying to pull her hair, she think I'm black, and grandma, she called me skillet. You know, but grandma, oh, baby, that's all right. You beautiful. Thank you, grandma. But Mel don't want to give me none. You know what I mean? So
nobody none, because Mel was not having no baby.
We hypothetical, Mel.
Okay, go with it.
I mean, yeah, I didn't get that same love and warmth and stuff when I stepped outside. I had to find out how to get it. And on the comments about the dark-skinned dudes like the light-skinned girls and the light-skinned guys like the dark-skinned girls, if you look at it, now this is a natism. The light-skinned guys are used to being treated and taken care of. The dark-skinned girls are used to being, or weren't always viewed as that object. So if they get the prize, they're going to take extra good care of it. But when you get Matumbu, when I got to go hunt the lion, I'm expected to be a man. So you look at the dark-skinned dude like, oh, you're a protector, this, that, and other. We're not no arm piece, and that's not our first attribute as being an arm piece. It's being protector, provider, big dude, you know. Oh, I feel safe around him. Ain't nobody gonna deal with me. My wife walk around with me on a leash. I'm like, you got a silverback gorilla on a leash. Who's gonna mess with you? It's a difference. It's a
You know
difference.
what?
I can't be wrong.
No.
I doubt it.
I'm getting it. No, I'm getting it because it is they cater. If you are dealing with a light skinned guy and you got a dark skinned woman, they appreciate that she's going to cater to him. A dark skinned guy that I can actually speak on my own experience caters. Too yellow, it's a constant.
It cancels out.
It cancels out. Because listen, I'm not lying to you. No lie, because it was like we both want the same thing. Somebody to take care of us. And I have said that, but I didn't realize that maybe that was the thing. But I do know that.
Home run, make the agitator again.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Because when I said that dark skinned guys are freakier, like what is it? What's that thing? Snakes and snails and puppy dog tails and all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Mm-hmm.
The darker the guy was, he didn't care about getting dirty. Mm-hmm. The lighter guy, he cared about getting dirty. Mm-hmm. So you'd be like, oh, okay. And back then you had, and let's bring it to the adulthood. That wasn't a thing as far as like with the whole oral thing that's happening. Your dark-skinned guy was the first guys that would be doing all the extra. The light-skinned guys wasn't. No, we don't need
that seal. That's a seal.
Don't need that visual for the listening lines. You think that's the agitator? Listen here, we're gonna stay legit. And then that's what seemed to be, because I could hear like my homegirls telling me, it's like, oh, he do. I was like, oh, you know, like this is different versus the light-skinned guy was like, no, get my nails done. Here we go. And I see you, Nitra. Yes, the dark-skinned men could fight. They would fight for theirs. The light-skinned would be like, oh, okay. And then you got to go to the house and y'all arguing in the car. It was like, you going to let him talk to me like that? It wasn't that serious. You ain't got my back. I got to fight for myself. No, wait, what's that line? Every night I got to fight to prove my love on The Color Purple.
Every night I got to fight to prove my love.
Yeah, so it's like, what come on. Where a light-skinned dude was just like, is it worth it? Yeah, it's worth it. It's me. So it's almost like y'all ain't got nothing to lose. I mean, I hate to sound like that, but like a scar is not to bother you.
Right. Well, I mean, hey, when we get something and consider it, we got it. It's mine. I'm going to fight for it. It's not, you know, it's more special in a sense. Because, you know, who would ever thought me coming up as skillet and dark skin and big lip booty scratcher can have male or whatever the case may be. So now that I got it, that's the dark skin, light skin mindset. I got it. Oh man, let me keep this. Let me keep it. Because it don't come easy for us. It don't come easy. So when we get it, we appreciate it more. And that's dark skinned men and women. So when we get it and it's considered to be the prize, it means more because it's not a fly by night thing. You know what I mean?
Nick, you want to read the comment?
Yes,
yeah, that's a Nick comment.
Go ahead.
Derek Clark from Facebook said, light-skinned women like you dark brothers because we got that pipe. Lies, all lies. Trust me, all lies. Trust me. I am a pipe connoisseur. Lies.
Thanks, Mel. Good night. Thanks for coming. Good night. Bye. I can't go no more. I can't go no more. I'm goodbye. Thank you.
Okay. So watch this. Have you noticed this? So you finally get that girl that you want, and then you want to treat her like dirt.
Exactly.
After you get her.
Is this
what happens? Dark skin dudes, right? And I'm gonna break it down. We're gonna go to the next one, to the opposite side. But that's what seems to be the thing, or or a dark-skinned dude is trying to tear down, you finally win the prize, and then you want to work on her psyche, and then you realize, oh, she got some insecurities. Like, this is what I wanted, and then you want to break her down.
Yeah,
I'll still
you
put
ain't
that on her.
nothing,
I'll
and
put
Put that
this
on
and
her?
that.
Wait. You put that on her?
Yeah, because she has the choice to leave. I mean, y'all act like you get in a relationship and you're bonded by the hip, especially if you ain't married. If he treats you and he shows you who he is, just believe him. So, I mean, if he gonna chip at your insecurities and stuff like that, you hang around for that? I mean,
But why do it?
Okay,
Period.
pin it. Okay, Nick, go ahead.
But why do it? Period. Why do it?
because I'm insecure. And I want to bring you down to
That's
where
all
I
I
am.
wanted. Okay, that's all I wanted.
I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure you don't leave me miserable. So I'm gonna show you this, that, and other. So that's the only thing I can think of.
And that is usually it.
Yeah, that's usually it.
We definitely need to do that. Okay, there we go. Yes, sound. Yep, controlling.
Wait a
That's
minute.
no. Let's stay here. Now see, I'm glad this was brought up. This is in the comments. Nasai said, yes, slavery really has messed the Black community up.
It started with slavery.
Yeah.
Okay, but watch this. Watch this. I'm not saying omit slavery, but it really burns my britches. That's pretty non-melanated, right?
It's dated.
That's
You know how old
right,
you are.
right. It burns my britches to, we blame that, but why are we starting there?
Because it was ingrained.
Because that's where it started. The light skin.
Okay, wait, stop. That's it. And just what you guys just said, it was ingrained, and you're like, yes. With this platform, what's ingrained need to be that we were kings and queens. And I'll constantly say that over and over. Our heritage did not start with slavery. Yes, in the school system, they have those books and they talk about the slavery because that's what they want us to remember. So we need to, just like change the narrative. Change the narrative. Watch this. Pay attention. Look, class is in. I ain't even got a bell. Change the narrative, like the word nice. How often have we heard the word nice? And nice means what? Good now? Nice was not a nice thing. Nice was bad. We changed the narrative. Y'all go ahead and do the research on that.
Whoa.
Yes, that particular word. Listen here. We can change the narrative. And I'm so glad she brought that up. Thank you, Nasaya. We tend to, as a race, keep going back to slavery and stopping. And I understand it was pivotal. And I'm not saying omit it and act like it didn't happen, because if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it. And that's where we're going right now.
Yeah, we're going
because we are covering people and saying, oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's no, focus. We worked really, really hard. We worked very hard to get where we were. And I just feel like, come on, people, wake up. Wake up. Just like this. And I know I'm going off topic, but it's back on topic. Harriet Tubman. What do you know about Harriet Tubman?
Underground Railroad. What they teach us.
She freed the slaves, right?
Right, right.
That's what you know. There's more to her.
Yeah, she was a spy.
Wait a minute. Yes, she was the first spy, but she was so pivotal in our right to vote, the female right to vote. Now, I'm going to give it up to the non-melanated Susan B. Anthony. Do y'all remember her? Probably not, but that's all right. She was a white woman. She did too. She was the very first woman to vote. Watch this, was fined because she voted and never paid the fine. However, if she was Black, we know she would have been arrested and all that good stuff. Ida B. Wells. See, these are people that we need to focus on. These people fought against, Ida B. Wells fought against lynching. And look where we are right now. So those are the things that need to be actually taught.
You're right, man.
If you don't know, you don't. If you don't know, you don't know. And yes, I'm not the only reason I blame us, and I'm gonna say for this platform, we need to know that we were kings and queens, and we cannot use that word so callously. Hey, good morning, queen. If she ain't acting like a queen, quit calling her a queen. Good morning, king. And I understand willing good thoughts. I understand that speaking things into existence. You're a king, my brother. Well, tell him you're a king. Pull your pants up. You're a king. Keep doing your thing. If you're gonna call someone that, those titles are earned.
Hmm?
And we need to not just be out here just randomly like, here, I'm just gonna throw this title on you, because it diminishes it. What do you say, Nate? Like our as a female, our scores up here.
Yeah,
Well,
you're born with you're validated. Your
yeah,
value
our value is higher. So we need
is
to keep
born.
and focus
But
on it. And
you're
I
absolutely
understand.
right. You're absolutely right.
So
But here's the thing.
I hear you. I have to say that I cannot allow on this here platform, speak your mind, but I cannot allow it to be stuck there and say slavery, slavery. If you know it's slavery, let's change it. If you know this was the issue, let's change it. Let's let them know. We were kings and queens. So you acting like that, like the queen probably did twerk for her king. You know what I mean? Let's look at it for what it is. And yes, Anitra, I see your comment too, which is true. In Africans had colorism too, according to the tribe. You knew what tribe they belonged to by the complexion of their skin.
Mm-hmm.
I got that. And if you look at now, and Chiefs, okay, I see you. If you look at it right now, you can see people from Africa, like they have reality TV where they're trying to lighten their skin. So Nick, truth that it's always been, and it seems like it's going to be. It was. I saw you, Cornell, with your comment in biblical days.
Well,
But that tells you where you were actually from. Go ahead, Nate. I'm done.
In southern, well, Mexico and stuff like that, they call it improving the race.
Okay.
Lightening your downstream. So if they get with a white person, have a baby, they're lightening their race, Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, which
For
is
privilege.
For privilege. Now, if they're seeing with a black person, you're not doing nothing for a race. You're not, so Mexican or those Dominican women or whatever, if they're with a black man, it's looked down upon by their families. But if they bring a white man home, they're upping their race. So I mean,
guess what?
Their value?
Yes, that's now. They hold white men higher because their children.
Down here they're bad with it. You can't stand black folks
lighter
because it cuts them out. Hold on.
Yeah, it's considered to up their race or add value to their race because she's with a white man, and if they have kids, it'll be a lighter Puerto Rican or lighter Mexican.
Okay, so in Texas, you said it's bad down there. Texas is a lot of Hispanics.
The Mexicans down here can't stand black people. And guess what? Had it not been for a Mexican and a black person getting together, I would not be here. What? Aztec Indian, baby. Exactly. Okay. But they can't stand us.
See, hold on. That's the narrative that was written by them clear folk. Well, obviously. Obviously.
Here's the thing. Your rant was amazing, and it was on point. I can't argue with it at all. The problem is we only got 2 million views. 2 million people looking at us right now. Only. You know what I mean? And if we can change them, that's all well and good. But you're going up against an educational system. You're going up against television programming. You're going up against all of this other stuff that says the complete opposite. That's why we're not valued as a people, light skin or dark skin.
And guess what? I hear you. I hear you. But if you could touch one, you could touch another. All you need is one to spread the word. I think it starts in the home. It starts in the home. If you tell them, mine was in the home. That's all I can say. Mine was in the home. And
mine was too, but it didn't apply to outside. I still couldn't get you, Mel, because my mom said I was a beautiful king. I liked Mel. I liked you. And you wasn't hearing it because
guess what the household said? The household said, watch this, Mel's going to like you one day. If you work hard, educate yourself, she's going to like you.
That didn't work to an 8 and 9-year-old. One day, I want to marry her and be her husband and bring her flowers every day now. I want to hold her hand and go to the beach and do these things now, mommy. Didn't work. And we got somebody. We have a fine dark skinned woman in the comments. You can ask her about her thing. Miss Gordon. She
Oh
but
Tracy Cole.
but she was a dark skinned woman, and I bet you the plights that we were talking about earlier, she probably went through them.
And see, Tracy was my girl. Like, I didn't see that, and
Mel,
I guess I didn't experience it. I want to get this comment here, which is really good, from Derek Clark, and he said it was made by the Clear people. This is exactly what's trying to be prevented, because if you know your history, you're bound to repeat it. So other people know our value. That's why they fight so hard to depreciate it. That's why they made Sexy Red. What, they're trying to make her on some magazine like, oh, this is your person. No, get your life. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Thank you. Tracy Funny talking about some, hey.
Here's the thing. We can't be killed by anything else, because if you look at right, that's why they're degrading us so bad with those type of things, the music, the culture, this, that, and other. Because you best believe, they can't make a thing that would just kill us off, because we're the stronger race. Scientifically, it goes from dark-skinned Africans, the weakest thing in the whole tree, blonde hair, blue eyes. That is the wash in the back of the thing, because you can't. Those are the bottom. You, by design, you can't make anything from that. That is the last of the material. The good stuff is the darker stuff. So guess what we want to do? We want to damage and throw that away, because you're closer to you're the root. I can't kill a tree off in the root. I can't kill the roots in a tree stand. So that loft leaf got all the power, or the perceived power.
To your point, we are the majority. Let me tell you, so much so that, remember, on different applications, it had black, white, Indian, or other, because you didn't even have like Hispanic, all that other stuff. Now it is, because remember, it was 1% black, you were black.
Mm-hmm. Now they got to put everything on there.
Watch this. There's a box that says biracial now.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. So, but remember, you could have all the ones you wanted, but 1% black, you were considered black. Mark that box. Oh, hold on, the stats about to change. So let us put a box that says biracial.
And you know what that does? That brings back the house
ninjas.
Yeah, the house ninjas. Because guess what? I checked the box biracial. So guess what? I get half credit as being a minority, and I can go and get these type of jobs. Now, all true, that just puts us further back in the economic and societal race. Because now you're going to say, there's something. Oh, we'll take those, and they're minority, and they're this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And, her dad's white, so, I mean, she's come from good old family values. And we're looked at as more of monkeys now that you didn't put that box on these applications.
Now, watch this. It used to be, I'm glad you brought that up, it used to say other. Now they actually have biracial. I want to speak to this this point. Where Cornel Stevens said, it's funny because my 3 sisters are dark skinned and he's the only light skinned one. I want to know, did he have any experience, or what happened in the household? I would like to know, what was the kitchen table talk? Mm-hmm. Or, you know what I mean? Because of that, because you have your variety. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know. So, Cornel, I appreciate you coming on, and I want you to I need to see how that kitchen table talk was with the dark skinned sisters and him being yellow. So did you get the people you wanted? Because he had light eyes, right?
2 different color eyes, pretty mother. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So you got that in, and then you have the dark skin that you guys are sharing with me, that there's an issue. Yes, the indigenous Indians, yeah, black, right, exactly. And it's like, so you breaking it all up so that the whites
divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer. divide and conquer.
But we have to reboot our hard drive
Mm-hmm.
to say, okay, guess what? Boom. It's almost like here's your hand. You play spades. You can still win with no spades.
This 3 of clubs gonna walk.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way you play your hand. And if I already know I'm up against the odds, I'm gonna play my hand right.
But here's the
I'm
thing,
not gonna
man.
throw it in.
We
And I'm
50.
not gonna complain about it. I might be like, I ain't got no spades and throw it in. Now they be sitting there. But I played if my partner got spades. Come on. And
We 50.
you heard me. My partner. I'm connected with somebody. That's what we don't do. We got to get connected with each other and say, okay, we're in this together. But if you by yourself, you could be like, oh, if it's every man for himself, boom, I'm throwing my
Go
hand
fish.
in.
Well, we playing go fish then.
Okay, he commented. Let me hear. I'm going to read this for the listening audience. Yes, the household was cool. My sisters, we all close. All that was outside the house. It was a problem, jokes. Okay, jokes that I was adopted. I got that because I know some people who did experience that part of it.
Mm-hmm. But outside, he said, but outside of the house was good, but outside of the house. Outside. So, Mel, you speak from inside of the house. You house ninja. You talk. You house ninja.
I probably was. They probably would say that because my experiences were not the same. And watch this though. Watch this though. Experiences weren't the same because maybe it was 4 people in your household and it was 1 in mine.
Oh, you was the only child? Ooh, that explains a lot.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's ever so clear now.
For 5 years and then it comes to my brother.
That explains a lot.
So you have, you know what I mean? Different dynamics. But my cousins, we were all brought up like sisters and brothers. So a lot of people wouldn't know. They'd be like, oh, wait.
In the house. But as soon as you get outside that house, I
wasn't really loud out too much though.
Well, that helped.
I wasn't. But I was at every party. But guess who took me to my parties and picked me up?
Melanie, your mom's here. Stop the music, Mel. Your ride's here.
You wrong.
Right. So that was a difference. Extremely involved. Mm-hmm. And when they say a village, a village raised me too.
Me too.
And it's like, boom, you do what? Hold on.
Yeah. But you can't look for that committed.
Shout out to Sean McCrae's mom.
Yeah.
Right, we went all the way back like that, see?
Yeah. Well, you can't look for that same admiration or that feeling of, feeling that you're wanted or accepted from in the house. It's a different feeling. Yeah, in my house.
I can agree with you with that because some people
in my house is like
you don't matter. It's
right. Because it's like, grandma, you have to love me. Mom, you have to. Auntie, I'm your nephew. You gotta love me. It's different to find a love from somebody on the outside that you have to earn or something like that. That's a difference.
I had to earn it on the inside too, though.
No, grandma loved you. She whooped you just as much as she whooped such and such and your sister. She whooped y'all all equally. That was equal love. And if you came to her and she already knew your character and stuff like that, she would have dealt with you accordingly. But it would have been with love because that's inherent. That's guaranteed. You're her granddaughter. You're going to get love first. They're going to look from you from that standpoint. Okay, I love Mel, so let me hear what she got to say. Versus, who is this nigga? What?
Oh, that was said. Look, that was said. Look, that was said. The person, let me tell you something. They say you get your personality by age 6. I was who I was, and I spoke how I speak the same way. And my aunts can tell you, there's consistency. My daughter, she was about 6. I said, "Why did you think
that's my girl?"
She told me because I ain't feel like it.
That's my girl.
Everybody that was around was like, "Oh my gosh, you're not gonna get her for that." I was like, she was honest. Mm-hmm. That's all I asked. Y'all just tell me the truth. Even if I had to come to the school, what happened? Like, I need everything because I can only back you if I know everything. She tell me what happened. Okay, let's go in here. We team. And see, that's the thing. Being a team, right or wrong, be the team publicly, Then when you get to the house, you'll be like, you can be as wrong as two left shoes. I'm gonna defend you as much as I can, but I'm never going to embarrass you or diminish you in front of anybody. I don't care how old you are. And I think that might be a lot of it.
No, I embarrass my kids on every possible occasion.
But I mean, younger. And the school called, going up there.
Oh, they knew. They knew.
But watch this. Learning this, having this conversation, and where it starts when you are young, and then now as an adult, these people still have unsolved mysteries, issues from when they were young, and they're projecting on the youth. And I'm going to say that because how often do we know, even in our lifestyle, with you, all three of us, we know where we are. We're going to keep it quiet, but we know in ours, that person, we were those people. And then we get somebody that'll come into it that was like quiet and like the nerd, like the not so rough and tough. And then they put a vest on and now they the superhero. And you'll be like, hold up. We ain't doing
Slow down,
that.
Turbo.
Right.
Slow down, Turbo. We know better. Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, that's people are in different positions. And you might have that cop that you be sitting there. Now they're a cop, they got a badge, now they want to talk reckless to you. And you like,
I remember you when we was in elementary school. Everybody used to whoop your tails. Calm your tail down.
Well, see, here's my thing with police officers. Anybody in police officers and politics should have to play high school sports, because you get these nerds that they never was popular or anything. You give them power. That's all we have the problem. If I ever get pulled over, I look at the cop and say, okay, he can get his own. He got a little swag. I feel better. But if he come up to me and I know he can't get his own behind, he got I know his wife is running him, I'm scared shitless. Because I know, oh boy, a big dude, he's gonna show, hey, Barnaby, you've been you're going too fast, huh?
So you have your mental and physical sport, like you're talking, and then you got politics where you have your mental sport.
It's not a sport. You need a team. Politics, you don't need a team. Politics is I'm being bought out by the highest bidder.
Watch this. You do have the team, the people to follow you.
Right, but they're still being bought out by the highest bidder.
But I understand where you're bringing it back around. I get it, because everybody needs each other. And I believe, me personally, to be well-rounded, I think you need to play sports as a team, not track. Unless y'all doing the
relay.
The relay, then it's like you depend on your next person.
Right.
But that's not everybody. I feel like, now back to my point with the teachers, they're in position. And they may look or be like, oh, okay, well, I know who your mother is, and try to be on some get back that way. Listen, some of these teachers, I'm going to tell you, I have witnessed it. Witnessed it. Some of these teachers are in position, and they're like, oh, okay, or they have an issue with a light-skinned child because they were dark-skinned. So all light-skinned is just, get out of here, you mud. And that's probably why, because I've seen it. I've worked as a school nurse, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But here's the thing. People deal with things that they have dealt with as a child, and they bring it to the forefront because they haven't dealt with it as a child, and they still have that issue, and they project it on their students, which is not okay.
It's not okay. But here, I'm going to come to the teacher's aid as a little bit, just a little, because they're held to a doctrine. If you can't teach critical race theory in this school, Mel, if I catch you teaching critical race theory, you're fired. You're done. So they're held to a certain standard, and the standard's not right. The standard is wrong, but they're held to it. Think about this. All of our lives, Black History Month was 3 people: Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and what's the peanut dude?
George Washington Carver.
Yeah, well, that's 4. Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, and George Washington Carver. That was.
Guess what I did mine on real quick? Frederick Douglass, and everybody's like, "Who?" Oh, you're right.
They were like, yeah, exactly. But guess what? Everything in every school. I went to the mighty Golden Bears East High, and y'all went to y'all little bitty schools, and I bet you the same thing was taught during the month. Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, Fred, Peanut Dude, Carver, and Harriet Tubman. So it's bigger than just the teachers. What you're talking about is her attitude. I'm talking about the system, and it's a lot worse because they're held to adopt.
Let me say the person that I'm speaking of, and if they're watching, they know it is.
It is
so
personal.
I hear what
you get them now.
Oh, it's very personal because I did my research. And guess what's interesting? I talked to some other people. Every class she was in, no light complected person got higher than a C.
Wow.
All the dark skinned people, yes. And this is where you graduated. Now I'm gonna put it out there. The dark skinned ones got A's. Now, and I told y'all before, I was like, oh, I know that paper was cold because I assisted with that paper.
Well, I wish I had that person to give me that easy A because I'm dark skinned.
Just for being dark skinned, right?
My 3 essays I got then.
But that's a personal thing. But you put these people in position, and you're saying, yeah, you can't teach on critical race theory. Maybe they don't even want to because they don't want to revisit a pivotal moment in their life. I got to say that.
Theory is the truth.
Now, wait, but you do have elementary school. I guess you did have those teachers. I didn't. My experience wasn't that, and I think Nick, we talked about this because our experience wasn't the same. Nick had light eyes, all that other stuff too. So get out of here. but Nick,
me and the person that said that weren't light skinned. We had Miss Paris and Miss Manis, Mr. Milligan back there. Miss Gomez was my favorite teacher.
I learned.
Yeah, Miss Manis. I remember Miss Manis.
Okay. See, and you know what? It's tragic. I learned about Black history. Let me take a moment to shout out Miss Peace. Miss Peace I was at Covington School. That's where I learned about Black history. That was my thing. I went to Covington, Hayes, Volney, Cheney.
I learned mine from Miss Miller in the 12th grade, which was way too late. And I was listening to Public Enemy, and I didn't know how to take all that power at once. Fight the power, and then Miss Miller telling me I'm a king. I'm like, yeah, kill Whitey, kill my landlord. C-I-L-L, my landlord.
Eddie Murphy. Okay, Eddie Murphy.
C-I-L-L.
Where was yours? Where was your experience? Where you learned about Black history, Nick? Because you're from PA.
It was very minimal. Even in Farrell High School, which had the highest percentage of Black students at that time.
Where was yours at? Where did you learn it at?
In Farrell High School, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And
it was only during Black History Month. Yeah.
Oh, the 28 or 29 days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, guess what? I challenge you guys who y'all learned, and you got it from Miss Miller, yours Farrell High School, that you make sure that you instill something into your youth. Because Miss Peace was older. She was the librarian. I look forward to going over there. I am not lying to you. I learned so much from her. Well, y'all know, okay, I'll tell you who this, Miss Peace. Y'all know Damon Peace?
Uh-huh.
It was his grandmother.
Oh, wow.
It was his grandmother. And being at Covington School, which ended up turning to Martin Luther King Jr. School, but we learned at Hayes, Mr. Monroe. Shout out to Mr. Monroe. I couldn't understand why.
$100 ring.
With
$100 rings on.
You will learn. He used to say that all the time. And I used to be sitting there like, it took us 10 minutes to get the class started so that we can learn. Mm-hmm. And then when I went over to the white side, to the white school, they just walked out, was like, learning is a privilege. So you had the Black teachers who were like, you gonna learn, you gonna learn, you gonna learn. And we thought they were mean at that time, like, oh my goodness. To the white side, it was like, I don't even care if you learn, I'll still get a check. Mm-hmm. And that's when I learned, and I was young. I was in the 7th, 8th grade, where it was like, wait, it was culture shock. Mm-hmm. But shout out again to Miss Peace. That was my introduction to us. Deeply. Mm-hmm. I'll say that, because we had to look up, read books, get, the Dewey Decimal System. You had to learn that. But she made sure that, and we watched the movies, and that was pivotal. But we're not allowing our children to watch movies. We're letting them do what they want to do. Things that are important like family, we're letting them make a choice. Go ahead. What you got?
I'm glad you said the movies because something, I don't know what came on my feed, but Shaka Zulu. My dad made me watch that movie when I was a kid. And I'm calling my 30-year-old son and my daughter and grab my grandkids and sit down and we're going to watch Shaka Zulu together. Because that was,
Yeah,
that was
that
a
movie
great one.
was, yeah.
And Nick,
Hey,
you're a grandmother. To sit with your daughters and be like, listen, let's watch this. So
well, let's
that
have Mel's movie of the week is Shaka Zulu. We will be testing you guys next week, and I will be doing excerpts from the movie. So
you
now
are
that
so
me and Mel are movie stars, we're
So
movie stars, Mel. We're on the big screen, so yeah.
yeah,
Shaka Zulu.
we doing it. We doing it. Let me give you these quick Q-tips real quick. Let's talk about freeing yourself. We got to free ourselves. We have to free ourselves and not judge people. But I wanted to have this show because I needed clarity and I needed to understand. And like you said, I was in the house and I could just speak from my upbringing versus someone who didn't have the same upbringing. But I told you before, remember, I was like, I thought everybody had the same thing, did everything that I did once I got home from school.
Right.
My friends were genuinely my friends. And I think that that's probably why I'm so devastated because I'm 10 toes down for mine. And
You
then
have
when
a
I see
naive.
that they're not,
It's a naive thing. I know exactly what you're talking about because you're figuring, hey, I'm there for you and blah blah blah, and we're friends, so you're supposed to be. You have to learn. This is what I learned. I had to learn how I learned that you have to try to see it from their point of view because no place in the world is perfect for Mel or for Nate or for Nick. The world isn't built around me. I have to identify what you might be thinking about and work in that context. Because here's a fight, and I don't care if you don't like it. There's two things that people do that I hate. The toilet paper goes under, and sugar and butter go on grits. That's how I was raised. That's how it should be. Now, if we want to fight, you want to fight, but I have to learn to look at it from your point of view. You know what I mean? I know that's
okay.
way to the left, but
No,
if I
it
learn
really
to
isn't. But if I look at it in my household from your point of view, we'll be where we are right now in today's society. So it's like if you want to come in this section, this is how it's operated. You can adapt or you have a choice. Nate, you ain't got to be here.
ta-da! There it is.
Right now, you said that the world don't revolve around you. Can I say this to you?
Mm-hmm.
In your world, the world does revolve around you. When
Only
you
in
wake
my
up, when you wake up, the sun rises for you. So it's up to you to make the best out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from me. And that's my upbringing,
mm-hmm.
which is probably very different. And that's probably why I think the way that I think. It's like the sun rose for you. What are you going to do with it? Not what is, I'm not saying, so the sun rose. Oh, look, what Nate going to do about that today? No.
You know what, Mel?
I hope Nate having a good day, but I got to focus on what I'm going to do. But I do not judge.
You hit me over the head with that one, Mel. I go back to my Bible and I read the book of George, verse 6, chapter 7. Everybody has a little light under the sun. That's in the Bible. Read your Bible.
Read it. But that's what we have to do. You have to realize that the sun rose for you. So what are you going to do with it? And being in the world that we are today, we are focused on how someone else feels.
Social media. Way to bring it around.
Yeah, but how do I feel? You know what I mean? It's like, well, wait, how do I feel? We got to bring it back. I don't know how to fish because I ain't touching all that, but really back in a little bit. The one thing that I won't do, I won't judge people. And the reason I won't judge people is because you put yourself in a box when you judge people.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got to be careful and say, okay, well, let me not do this because I judge this person that way. I believe everybody is who they are and they are allowed to be who they are. And that's why this platform is, it's okay to be you. We can agree to disagree all day long. And it's cool. And we
Like
can
me.
still communicate. We can still communicate. Have you been in that place where it's judging a book by its cover?
Woo! The cover's dark skin, so bringing it back around. Yes, I've
Bring
been
it
in that
on, baby.
because my color, my book cover is blackety black, 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 blackety black, black.
All black, everything.
Black.
But what about you, Nick? Have you been where?
CB4.
Have you ever been where you judge a book by its cover?
Yes, unfortunately, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I think everyone's good at that.
And here's the thing, me as well, because I thought everybody had the same childhood that I had. You know what I mean? So with that being said, judging a book by its cover, you really don't know what anyone has gone through.
Right.
You don't know how they are. And it's like, okay, well, I judge this book, but look, or if it's an interview, because I had a conversation with a lighter complected person, and she told me if it was you or I going into the interview, I loved the honesty. She was like, yeah, I probably have to say, okay, let's see where we are. She was like, but if it was me and a dark-skinned person, I'm pretty sure I got the job.
Yeah. Well, and here, we can go even deeper.
Because of the public's eye.
And there's a lot of money behind that, the division. Do you understand if me and you went to a job, Mel, you would get it because you're a double minority, you're a woman, and you're black? So that puts you over me.
Well, that checked both the boxes.
Right. So me as a black man, I don't get no breaks. None.
Here, okay, I want to finish this as far as like judging a book by its cover. How many people have judged people by the friends that they're associated with? Going back to like the Usher and Russell Simmons. Have you been judged, or have you judged someone based off of who they are around?
No.
Yes, definitely. Birds
now,
of
why
a feather.
is that birds of a feather
flock
I'm like,
together.
I'm like, oh, so you want to hang out with all them? Oh, so you the only one that's not a hole in the group? So you the only one that's not a hole in that whole group?
Right, yeah, right, exactly. I got that a lot. Oh, you hang with all them hoes, you must be a hoe. No, what they do with their crotch is their business. I ain't got, listen, I can't answer for them.
See, here's the thing. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe they are a different person around you than they are the other person?
They are. They are. The person that you know is the person you know. I think the person that Nick know, I treat you differently because you mean this to me and that to me. But if the character of my crew is in jeopardy, I mean, you can't be affiliated with dope dealers and you are a lawyer. You know what I mean? You can't be a cop and have all dope dealer friends, because by those birds, you're assumed
by association.
By association.
And you know what? But see, that would make me, if I have a friend, cooler than a mug, and people can say, I don't understand how y'all friends. Well, you shouldn't, but thank you. And I said just that. Maybe they're a different person around you than they are me.
Yeah.
Because we have a different relationship. But you can't judge me based off of that person. If you know this person steal and do everything else, well, when they're around me, they don't be stealing. But guess what? I know that they have the propensity to steal.
You still hiding the good China. Why come every time I come over there, Mel, we only get plastic utensils, plastic forks?
Because I know you be stealing.
See?
Oh, I threaten. Take some of mine if you want.
The point I'm trying to make is this. And it makes you like look into yourself and be like, okay, well, if they're around this person and you're making a judgment call based off of birds, to the listening audience, air quotes, birds of a feather flock together, well, why are they that way with you? That should be the question.
I don't mind Nick being a booster with
them being someone different with the other person.
I'd be getting them
and
deal.
The interesting part is people will make a decision based off of somebody else's perspective. And that I don't want to do. However, I heed the warning.
Yeah,
and watch this. And you might know who you're dealing with. Like I got some Peters. And I know when to bench them, and I know when to put them in the game. Peters. Yeah, the Bible. I went to the Bible.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, wait.
yeah,
I didn't read that verse
I
yet.
got some people that I know. So it depends on who we playing. If I'm gonna put my homie in the game or not.
You're
Like,
right,
all right, let's
you're
go. Boom, boom. Do I know that you shady and you might deny me? But I need you right now, and that's all good. So nobody's exempt, but you know, and you take that into consideration. Like, okay, I know the person I'm dealing with, but this is what I need, and I know that if something go down, they got my back for a moment anyway,
right?
So that I'm safe. But you have to look at why are they this way with me and that way with that person. So what about me is giving off this energy to think that it's okay to be this way? That's what I think about, because all we can do is change ourselves. All we can we have control over our own selves, unless you're allegedly stuck with R. Kelly. I just bring it back.
Let's jab. Where's the jab in there?
You got to know when to say no. You got
to tell me, Pitt, did he know?
Okay. David Felder said, I am what I am because of who we are.
Dave Felder, you too old to be putting that but that stuff, man. I can barely read. And you trying to give me the letters?
You. But yeah, we all know what the I beat that. But what's your thoughts on that? I am what I am because of who we are.
Yeah. Yeah, your circle judges you. If I'm hanging around you and you're my support system, and I talk to you, Mel, about the problems, and we go out every now and then. Now, this, dating is my circle. We all go out and you buy me dinner this time, I pay. We things that molds who I am. And then people see it from the outside. They be like, "Oh man, you hang with Dave, and it's 5.0 driving 200 miles an hour in the rain." That, so you get caught up in who you with. You know what I mean? So I get that. Okay, I get that.
Okay, what's your thoughts, Nick? You are who you are because of who we are. What's your thoughts on that?
I am who I am because of. I disagree. I am who I am because of me.
Okay. And I am with Nick. I'm with Nick because you could call me and we could communicate, but I don't have to hang out with you and kick it with you all the time. Unless I could bring you to my direction. If you want to show out, you ain't coming back.
Right.
Are you guys looking at it from a personal or a community concept? I was looking at it from a community concept.
Okay, from a community concept?
Right, because we are. Because to Mel, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. But to Nick, I'm an asshole. So, I mean, it's all in who I want to give you, what part of me I want to give you.
Now, David, I see you where you said my wife is my wife because we are married. Okay, but the two becomes one. So it's back to what Nick said. Yes. Maybe it's my friends. Okay, but it is. The two becomes one. So I am who I am because of who I am. Now, watch this. Some people on the outside judging may say, you are who you are because of who y'all are. But that's not it. So we have to stop judging.
Well, that's the bottom line.
The bottom line, let me say this for today's footnote. Like I said, judging people puts you in a box. Why do I say that? I say that because ironically, when you judge and you put yourself in that box, it's harder for you to take that leap. Why? Because you are worried about what other people may think of you. The end. So thank you, lovely people, for tuning in to Shop Talk with Mel. And I'm so sorry. I always get deep into it and I be missing all the little comments. Let me read this. Okay. Oh, I got to give this comment. I'm sorry. My dad is darker than Nate. My grandmother prayed that I didn't come out that dark. Wow. So they know the history of what it all is. Okay, I had to put that in there. So thank you for coming in to Shop Talk with Mel. I truly appreciate you guys. You have no idea, Tom. I know we cannot get back, so I appreciate you guys spending your Saturday with us. So find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, what is it? 1, 2, 3.
Shut up. Oh, garbage, man.
Hey, man, where you doing it? Where you doing it? Where you doing it?
Yeah, we're trying to wait on you. Whatever.
Wait a minute. I from what I'm hearing, we saying it together.
We did.
Did we? Oh, because I thought I was early. I thought I did it prematurely. It happens sometimes. Just something. Not a lot.
Thank you, embrace you, and most importantly, always love you. Until next week, people. 1, 2, 3. Shut up.
Talk.
You know when they buy.